Hey guys, and welcome to another CosChat. This Friday we are joined by the lovely members of Ergo Cosplay, or well, two of the three lovely members of Ergo Cosplay. Because sadly it's exam season and universities are finishing up, as I'm sure you all know. So we're one down, but we've still got two out of three. We'll just need to get you guys back on YouTube, and then have the full set. Tonight we have the lovely. Let's see if I can get this right. Nope. It's flipped, so this is going to be a struggle. So Dimitri and Scott, we'll just go for both hands at the same time, and then we can all pretend that I'm not messing. So yeah, we're joined by the lovely Dimitri and Scott, and cosplay. Who's so far who don't necessarily always work as a team, like cosplayer too. So the other half do about try a new setup page with lovely costume web page. But we'll get it. So, time to get started. Kieran, who is not here, Scott and Dimitri, and you guys have got your on it.
Sorry, I think the audio is messing up a little bit.
So
yeah, I can't hear you very well.
Yeah, is anyone getting my audio?
Okay, I can hear you like a little bit now.
I can hear you now.
At all,
Yeah,
most of that.
Okay, so my mic is just dead apparently. It really sucks, guys. Anything that better now?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that is better.
There we go. I'll just keep it right under my chin for the rest of the day. So, all very nice. Cecil would be proud. Okay, so attempt number 5. Scott, Dimitri, usually there's a Kieran. I've only got 2 out of 3. And they're starting on YouTube. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about how you're feeling this whole starting out on YouTube thing?
It's really enjoyable to kind of start it out, but you've got no idea what you're really supposed to be doing. Like, you feel you should be posting on a schedule, but since we're all in different parts of the country, it's really hard to get things out on a schedule. And obviously, us all being all over the place, we haven't had a chance to film as many in-character videos as we have planned. We've got so many planned. So it's a little bit vlog heavy at the moment, but I think it's going well. I'm enjoying it, and it's a bit just funny to watch yourself back and realise what you actually look like and sound like. Maybe I'm not as funny as I think I am.
That's always the worry with recording content and live content. Is it coming across as funny as it seems in my head? Yeah. So, compared to how you thought, what were your original ideas of, I am now a YouTube cosplayer? What did you think it was going to be like before you started and dove into it?
A lot of the video ideas were a lot shorter. And now that we're actually like able to develop them and, you know, write a bit more content and maybe expand on the ideas we already had, the videos are longer than I expected them to be. I don't know whether I was just planning on doing a cosplay Vine channel, but but yeah, so it's a lot more different. I didn't really think about how much characterization you have to put into it until you're watching it back and going, okay, well,
Yeah.
I feel like I need a bit more of an accent and I need to wave my arms a bit more and I need to stop blanking my
lot of it
face
is
when I'm
being
not.
very kind of over the top for the camera to
Yeah.
pick it up. Need to commit.
You just commit.
What about yourself, Scott? You're a more recent addition.
Yeah,
to the team.
it's very new to me because so I've only just become part of the group, so it's a bit still a bit new to me and
Still finding your feet.
You were featured in a lot of vlogs and then all of a sudden we're like, now you're officially part. Do stuff.
I'm always there, just like in the background, hanging out. That's what's easy. You just stalk your friends until they just go, all right, fine, you can just be a part of it anyway.
Well, I'm pretty sure Bander can confirm that is indeed how cosplay groups form.
Yes.
And we have Seriously Mel in the chat saying, "Yay, Ergo!" So you have a fan out there
Mel.
in the Twitch chat. Following you, Mother Mel is out there waiting for you. So you'll all be safe. Happy streaming. So, how would you say that your expectations for starting your cosplay YouTube channel have either been sort of confirmed or completely obliterated by actually starting one?
I would say I expected a lot less views. I was like, okay, so me, my mom, and maybe one friend will watch this. And then you go back and check. Oh, God, people have actually looked at this. And I that was quite a shock. And then, obviously, the amount of work that goes into it, I have no say in the videos. Kieran is our media expert.
Yeah.
So we
just leave it
together.
To do it. You just hand him all the footage and go, thank you. I'm sorry.
Here you are.
Into the editing cupboard with you, and we won't see you until the footage is complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that usually is the case as well.
Yeah. So I think, and expectations of how it would look, I expected it to, when you're setting up, you think, oh, this is going to look really, grotty and fuzzy, and there's going to be no audio, and, can we get the lighting together? And then they actually come out looking quite good.
Yeah.
It's always a surprise when you look at something, you go, oh, actually, it looks like we know what we're doing. That's quite nice. Oh.
We made something, and it doesn't look like a dumpster fire.
It's always good when it doesn't look like a dumpster fire. I feel like that is the level of content quality you should always strive towards. Not on fire, unless you were meaning for it to be on fire, in which case a little bit of fire, but mostly not on fire is a good kind of, especially if you're starting out a channel, a good way to kind of launch yourself out there.
Speaking of fire, there will be fire in future videos, which is not totally terrifying Kieran with my track record.
Oh, God.
But there will be fire.
I just realised that. It's fine, we'll be there. We're gonna
naturally makes us ask, which one of you will be taking on the first aid and paramedic training? Because if any of you have ever met Dimitri before at a convention, you'll know he's not the safest person to be around.
Unfortunately,
for himself.
I'm the most trained.
He's a little bit of a klutz.
I am the most first aid trained out of all of them.
I mean,
I can put out my own fires.
I feel like maybe that might be something for Ergo to look into. It's maybe a secondary first aider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a wee night course in there.
Yeah.
Make sure you all stay safe. Quick PSA for the CosChat. Don't play with fire. Just don't do it. Especially if you're Dimitri.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, can confirm. So, Dimitri is going to be the fire-building maniac you hear about, apparently, according to Mel.
Yep.
We can only hope it's not true.
Well, I will have some of the fire,
Nice.
but unfortunately, Scott will have some of the fire as well, which
Yeah.
I've not quite
I'm
briefed
safe,
him on
though.
yet.
I'm a very safe person.
It's all right.
You
Well,
don't seem so sure.
it'll be
believe
when
you
you
in
send
this.
both of us
Feel
with
better.
fire, it's still gonna be. That's just.
Kieran screaming in the background with a bucket of water ready.
The fear is real. I will make sure that I'm not in the county that time. When you're
It's
filming.
fine. You're literally on the
And
opposite
I'll
end of the
stay safe.
country.
True.
It's the safest place to be in this case, by the looks of it. So, clearly you've got some exciting filming plans coming up, but we haven't really touched too much on what it's like being a cosplay group. So you guys were obviously all started out originally as solo cosplayers, especially you, Scott, most recently.
Yeah.
Solo cosplayers. It's very different being a solo cosplayer to being part of a permanent cosplay group. Because while
Yeah.
most solo cosplayers will do like group cosplays for conventions and stuff, it's very different constantly being with the same group of people for creating, especially content and costume groups, etc. So,
Yeah.
do you want to talk to us a wee bit about that? The before and after a Scott journey.
Well, we started off, me and Kieran have always done matching cosplays. That was still quite difficult because you get one of us just ringing up and going, we're going to do this person. And you kind of have to just go along with it. I get to pick some, he gets to pick some. And then that sort of evolved. And then we popped up the beginnings of Ergo. And then it got a little bit awkward because you'd want to post a picture on the Ergo Instagram. But then what would you post on your one? And then we ended up like splitting into single shots, and then the double shots would go on the cosplay and the Ergo Instagram. And then we got Scott in as well. And the only downside is when we're back at Kieran's, we'll bribe his little sister into being our photographer. But when we're in a convention, we cannot get a picture with all three of us in at the same time because someone has to be holding the camera. And then I primarily run the Instagram. And then I'm like, okay, so I posted one of me and Scott, and I've posted one of me and Kieran. Right, I need to find one of Kieran and Scott to keep all this balance up. So it's...
I feel like running the Instagram has to be the worst job of running any group social media.
Yeah.
It's not a fun task.
No. And there's only so many photos, and there's only so many photos of you all together, and you're sitting there thinking, what do I do now? Which one do I post? I've posted 8 Welcome to Night Vale photos in a row. I need something else now. So it's a bit...
9 Welcome to Night Vale photos, 1 with a sticker in the corner.
Yeah.
Tends to go quite well.
Let's put some sparkles on this one, and what do we caption it with? Screaming. The Night Vale caption. Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's I don't know how Scott's feeling because you've just been thrown into this, and we've sort of gone, right, you're a part of this now. Send us content that we can put on things. You're now in the public eye.
No, it's been really good for me though, actually, because ever since I started cosplaying, really, I've pretty much always ended up doing them like cosplays by myself, and then sometimes meeting up with friends and kind of trying to plan doing similar ones. But I've mainly ended up just doing like solo ones, which it's fun, but it's also really boring because I'm like, I want to do like stuff from this, but if I do like one character from that, it just doesn't. You don't necessarily get it, and it's just a bit kind of eh.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of characters can sometimes be quite contextual.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's exactly it.
And we'll kind of explain this more a bit when we get into like your photos and stuff in a minute. But you guys do a really good. It's the kind of gender swap versions of the. I'm gonna say the wrong TV show because I do this. Adventure Time. I always go to say Steven Universe when I mean Adventure Time, and Adventure Time when I mean Steven Universe. You guys do the kind of Ice King's fan fiction versions of the characters.
Yeah.
Which, when you see them as a group, obviously make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But when they're just kind of rocking about solo, a little bit less so.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And probably Kieran could get away with doing Cecil by himself. But I think if Carlos or Earl were from, just wandering about, it's a Boy Scout and a dude in a lab coat. What's that?
Just a couple of lads walking around.
Yeah. But I think the other thing is me and Kieran had this huge list, and unfortunately Scott's joined, and we'd already got plans. So we just turned to him and went, right, you're so-and-so now. That's it. I don't care if you've never seen it, you've never played it, this is you now.
Exactly. I have cosplays that I'm making for Alcon, which I don't even like. I know who the character is, but I haven't played the thing or watched the thing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I suppose the big question that we need to ask is, who's Scott cosplaying from Dragon Age?
That's still the question.
We've got him at the moment pinned down on doing Cole.
That's a good shout. If anyone in the chat wants to suggest what Dragon Age cosplay they think would be good for Scott, we'll do like a little kind of straw poll and see what our little live Twitch audience thinks we should be dressing Scott up as. We'll have a little bit of an interactive thing going with Ergo tonight.
Yeah.
And see how that goes.
Just vote in the characters.
So it's like, I don't even play this game. Please let me go home.
We'll just give you the categories we're cosplaying from, and you can pick whoever Scott's just shoving into for that.
Thanks. You make me feel so loved.
I do love you so much.
Apparently, seriously wants you to do Cullen.
Ooh, Kieran's doing Cullen.
So yeah, Kieran's doing Cullen.
Oh no, you're going to have to fight Kieran to the death for Cullen. Apparently. According to Mel.
You could just swap it out. Do Kieran and Cullen one day, and you can do Cullen the other day.
Oh yeah, because you're doing 2 days, aren't you? You're doing two. Oh god, I forgot.
2 days of Dragon Age.
I forgot. I thought there was one. It's fine. There's more cosplay than I realised.
That should just be my tagline for life.
How some cons go. You end up having, you're like, okay, you start out the year and you're like, okay, I've got 5 costumes for this 4-day con. And then by the time it gets to like May, you're sitting there going, okay, who will forgive me if I drop out of groups? Because I'm now sitting at 20 costumes for a 4-day con. I can't realistically swing this.
No, we
it's 8. I thought it was 7, but it's 8.
No, it's
8.
Is it 8? Why is it 8?
Because you're doing 2 Dragon Age ones.
No, but the 2 Dragon Age ones are included in my 7.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And this,
6,
guys,
7, 8.
Is
8.
what it's like being part of a cosplay group. You're seeing live exactly what it's like being in a cosplay group.
I'm telling you now,
okay, yeah.
It's a lot.
It always seems like such a good idea at the time, but then at the end of the day, you're still going, what do you mean you've got 20 cosplays and I've only counted 17? What have I not sewn? They're leaving tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Quickly, I need Warbler. Someone throw a tube at me.
Just the full tube. Just launch it. Mel is asking, what costumes are you bringing? Well, I suppose this will help Dimitri work out what it is that he's missing.
Right.
If we get this answer.
We've got Dragon Age, which is Cole, Cullen, Krem, Inquisitor, and Dorian. for all of us. We've got Legend of Zelda, which is gender-swapped Hilda and Zelda with you as Link, probably.
I was going to do Ravio.
Ravio, that's it. One of them. The Link or the Nega Link. That's one of the two. And then we've got possible Teen Titans. That's not 100% confirmed, but possible Teen Titans.
That's the 8th.
That'll be it, because we're not quite sure about that one.
It's on my list, but that's the 8th one.
What else have we got?
Voltron. Doing Keith, Lance, and Shiro. And we've got...
the to-do list go up.
Star Wars,
yeah. Poe, Kylo, and Hux.
You look so done already.
So done. Those. That wasn't even my choice. That was one of those ones where you just have to go, okay.
To be fair,
I guess I'm doing this.
There are two that I'm doing that with, so, you know.
Yeah. That one's Scott's contribution to the screaming mess that is the cosplay choice.
I'll just put this on top of the pile.
Yeah. Harry Potter for the Masquerade Ball.
Yeah.
So we're doing Harry Potter, Durmstrang, and Beauxbaton's uniforms. So we'll have one of each.
I'm doing Hogwarts.
I'm doing Durmstrang.
Dress robes.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, and then
surprise Dimitri.
My name's Dimitri. They're not going to let me into Beauxbatons.
That's true.
So, I feel like you've actually got a 9th cosplay that you've all forgotten about.
Oh no, we've got 3. Got 3.
Oh. Do you
Les Mis.
people sing?
Yes, no, Les Mis is on the... Those are already made. Those aren't on the list. Those already exist.
Are you only counting the one... See, I do is that what I have to pack, whereas you're doing that what I have to make.
Yeah, the making list comes first.
Is a picture.
I've never made so much in such a short space of time, and I'm gonna cry. This summer I'm just gonna spend it crying at home, so it's all good.
And then that short time where me and Kieran come to you for filming, where we'll all cry together. And then that time where you come to me for filming, and then we all cry together again.
That's it. It's official. You're a cosplay group now. Cosplay groups cry together. That's what they do.
Aloha means
it's not
family.
As exciting and dramatic as you think.
Yeah. Aloha means family, and family means you share your glue sticks.
Yeah, basically. So we've kind of talked about what your future plans are.
Yeah.
But up now, we can kind of see what you've been working on recently. So I don't know if we want to start with some of your video content, and Snow can set us up there with some of the stuff that you've been up to. Because you've done an I-60 vlog series, haven't you? So we could probably start with that one, Snow, if you've got it lined up. Look at your lovely faces.
Oh, that was just a shot we took when we were halfway through eating lunch and someone turned the camera on.
Kieran just kept filming, and we'd taken our wigs off because we were boiling, and it was just really
we shamefully de-wigged in the middle of a convention hall.
Yeah.
It's got to be done sometimes, though.
I think that was during
a break. You really attended the con unless you've stripped half out your cosplay partway through, though.
Yeah. Kieran always tends to wear something that that's heavy but can be stripped off easier than my stuff can, but I make him stay in it because if one of us suffers, both of us suffer. I'm not kind.
Again, I feel like that's part of the cosplay group thing. You all have to kind of suffer together with it.
Yeah. That was the 3 of us when we were completely face painted for the Adventure Time boys.
Yeah.
And we're just... Everything we touch turns whatever colour we are. It's magical. My mum threatening with put towels down in the car before she let us get in. It was sealed. She's just paranoid.
You can always tell how well it's sealed.
So you guys
how hard it is to get off.
So have you guys been enjoying the con vlogging then? Is it a kind of a medium that you think you're going to continue for more of a sort of conventions in the future?
Yeah, it's really fun, and obviously, like, there's not as much interest in people viewing con vlog videos as they are watching cosplay content. But I don't mind it as much because it's kind of like a memory diary amongst everything else.
Yeah.
So it's looking to make loads of cosplay content, but you know, it's just nice to have a little bit of a diary and something to look back on and go, we did have fun. You know, and you're lying in a pile after a con. Oh, we did have fun. We did.
Yeah.
I always find con vlogs are really good to watch if you're trying to get motivated to work on stuff.
Yeah,
so usually,
definitely.
like, you know how you get that kind of slump in your cosplay making stuff midsummer or just over the winter, and you're like, I should really get back into making stuff, but like I'm just not feeling it right now. I love going back and either watching our old con vlogs or watching friends' con vlogs and just see how much fun it was to try and get me back into streaming. So that is good anti-con.
It's really good at posing.
There for you guys.
Yeah.
So good at posing.
So we've kind of talked about your vlogs. So I suppose the natural kind of bit to talk about it is your kind of adorable videos. Shirts, no.
And these guys have just been taking the mick out of me the whole.
It's too cute to handle.
Oh.
And my mic's going again. I can't get it any closer to my head, otherwise it'll be.
It's back now.
It'll be in my torso.
This was a fun video to film. We filmed it in about 2.5 hours, and about 5 minutes before we're supposed to start filming, Kieran goes, "Do an accent." What kind of accent? What do you want from me? And the bit that pops up in a minute of me, and he did not tell me to do anything, and I just had to ad-lib the entire thing in one shot, and it's nerve-wracking but fun to do. Tests your improv.
Yeah. Always fun. So I suppose the question is going to be then, which Animal Crossing character is Scott going to be?
He can pick his own for later, but I've got him lined up to be the mayor for a bit as well.
This is one of those situations where I just get told and it's fine. I'll just get a message being like, by the way, you're going to do this character? And I'm like, okay. Just let me have a look what I need.
I'll just deal with that.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's going to be quite easy to put you in the mayor. Just give you an axe.
That was what happened with Earl, and it was so last minute. I've never had to like sort out a costume so quickly in my life, and I was like, oh god, I've got a whole costume I have to think about.
You got to mine, and I was sitting at the sewing machine, and Scott sat there with paints trying to paint the badges. We're going, we're doing this tomorrow, aren't we?
And as well as that, we're also going to need.
No.
I'm loving my life.
Yeah.
We have Hitsu cosplay in the chat saying, I might be in work, but I'm not going to miss this. Currently eating nachos on break, watching my fave people. So that's cute.
We miss you.
I mean, it's a bit sad that he's watching a Bander video with audio from an Ergo stream. But, like, you know, whatever floats your boat. Baboom tish.
Oh.
But yeah, how did you find the popping cooking? Because I know I personally struggle with the tiny things. Even though I have like freakishly small hands, I'm not too good with the small measureries.
Kieran did all the measuring because he's got the steadier hand. but I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit and say my donuts came out better. But yeah, it was quite fun. I never knew what it was. I'd never seen it. I'd seen some of the, you know, pour sugar in a water thing and magically pull out a sweetie. I'd seen some of those, but I hadn't seen anything like this. And it was just really fun. I had to cut out loads of the audio and put music over the top because I'm just going, this is brilliant. I love it. Can we do more of these? It was quite fun.
They are fun, but weirdly hard.
Yeah, weirdly hard.
Like they look like they should be easier to do than they are, but they're decidedly not.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna make the little donuts.
Especially when it comes to like
So
the really
how
teeny tiny
can it-
measurements.
Before we do that, we gotta.
So how do you kind of feel the difference between doing, obviously, your vlog stuff, which is just kind of you guys having a good chill time, bouncing about a con, kind of in comparison to having to do the in-character stuff?
I find, funnily enough, I thought it'd be the other way around, but I think I'm more self-conscious in the vlogs because I've not really thought it through. Someone's just pointed a camera and gone, speak. Whereas with the pre-planned ones, you can sit down and go, right, I want to do this and I want to do this, and you know, if it doesn't go well, we can reshoot it. So I really quite like doing the just these in-character ones, and Scott will know I've got a list on my phone a mile long that just keeps getting added to of script
Every now and then you'll
ideas.
show it to me, and I'm just like, has this gotten bigger since the last time I saw it? And it always has.
The answer is yes, always.
Huge.
Yeah, so
The regrets are real, Scott. The regrets are real.
he's part of us now. We're gonna brand him. He can't run away. Can't join anyone else. He's ours.
I said yes, so it's binding.
We did practically propose, so
There was
yes,
a
it is
cosplay
binding.
group proposal.
Still probably one of the weirdest moments of ever.
Yeah, we just took him over to the side, and me and Kieran both got down on one knee, and we're like, Scott, and he's
No,
looking at us in fear.
It was because you prefaced it by saying, "Okay, we need to ask you something," and you were really serious, and I was like, "Oh no, are you gonna tell me I have to go home? Are you like, what's happening?"
Leave, Scott. Leave.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, it was just I had no idea where that was going, and then you got down on one ear, and I was like, "This is even more so. I have no idea where this is going." Yeah, it was amusing.
But it all worked out for the best.
Yeah.
It all worked out for the best. Next, we can kind of see some of the lovely photos you guys got taken at I-60 around the time of the cosplay group proposal. Which we have
Somewhere around
lined
there.
up, and you can see the amazing Adventure Time cosplay group that the guys did as well. I think Snow's just getting it lined up, and then we'll let you guys see that fun stuff. So you got the lovely Welcome to Night Vale with the costume that Scott managed to put together apparently in a night, which is pretty impressive.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
Really impressive. He's sat there painting all the badges, and he's all arty and beautiful. I'm just sitting there screaming at a sewing machine. Oh.
I feel like that's a very kind of Earl versus Carlos way of dealing with your problems, though.
Yeah.
Craft or screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the. Oh, look at Pearl.
Oh. Just you getting me to do ballet poses was one of the most painful moments of that entire convention.
Yeah, I did.
I'm not a flexible person.
7 years of ballet. So Kieran just goes to me and goes, "You know ballet? Put him in ballet poses." And I'm going, "This doesn't hurt." And he's going, "Yes, it does." And no, it doesn't.
You were like, "You're fine. You're fine." I'm not fine.
It doesn't hurt when you point your toe. You're not doing it properly. I say as the tears start rolling down his face.
Yay!
Kieran sticking his leggy out real far.
Yep. Dicky out the leggy really far. That was a good day. We came second in the masquerade on that day for Undertale. That was quite fun.
So proud.
And then your big crowd pleaser.
Oh, yeah.
Your Legend of
winners.
Zelda.
Oh, my God. I'm still reeling. It's been weeks. I'm still reeling. We had no idea what was going on. Kieran couldn't hear and I couldn't hear. And they're going, first place. And we're going, well done. And someone goes, that's you. Get on stage. It's you. You walk on like a deer in the headlights. Like, what? And then I can hear...
They are stunning costumes.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely stunning costumes. I've seen them up close and they are amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
Navi's my baby. It's a remake of one of my very first cosplays, and that was awful. So we had to redo it and do it justice for the amount of love I have for this series. Really fun.
But no, I suppose it kind of had examples there of all the kind of different styles that you guys do.
Yeah.
Would you say that you kind of had a style that you kind of err more towards? Are you more video game cosplayers, more anime, more like Western cartoon stuff?
I think at the moment, more a mixture of video games and Western cartoons. Because I think we've got Legend of Zelda and then Undertale and then all the ones, loads of the ones for the future are pretty much just video game and cartoons. And then one anime with you, which you cannot escape.
More video games, more cartoons. Yeah, it's not a summer costume or a summer cosplay or a summer convention. There we go. Third time's the charm. Unless I have to drag Nagisa back out of the cupboard. So...
But we'll have like full.
Look forward to finding that wig.
I did forget about making that one for a minute, for like a brief period of time, and then I was going through my list and I was like, oh no, I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to making it.
The thing is, those costumes are quite good because all you need to do is make the base things, and like then you just add thousands and thousands of bits of trim to it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. No, the one that I'm definitely like gonna struggle with most is Kylo, because them layers though.
Kylo wears far too many layers.
I'm gonna be very toasty.
He wears like 7 layers or something overall.
Well, his tunic is actually layered as well. Like the material itself is layered.
Why, Kylo? Why did you have to have this much drama, you tiny emo child? Why?
You haven't seen any of the... Has Kieran showed you any of the footage from...
Yes.
Has he?
Scott and Kieran went to a con that I couldn't attend, and they went as casual Kylo and Hux. And then...
Oh yeah, I've seen some of the pictures from that.
Oh, but you haven't seen the videos yet. It's that one will be going up.
We just got quite drunk. We started drinking at 2 PM because we were like, oh, let's get back to mine because I'm like 30 seconds away from it. So we came back to mine and just sat in my kitchen drinking wine and eating bread and hummus. And that was how we like started our day.
Yeah, and
hardcore. Hardcore.
Yeah. As a convention, it was pretty relaxed. It was mainly just us being really inappropriate. So
fine
in advance.
It's there's good shots. I'm really looking forward to it. Kieran's making like a whole scrolling Star Wars introduction as well. So some good. That's going to be some good stuff.
I always just feel really bad for you.
Oh, we've got Mel saying that the layers are going to get you used to Dragon Age, Scott. Because Dragon Age equals layers.
Yeah,
many layers.
And as I'm now with these lads, I can't escape Dragon Age either. So I've got to get
you look at a Dragon Age costume and go, And why did you need that? You know, you see a buckle and a strap, and it's not actually connected to anything. It's just there. And you're going,
No,
what?
you
The
see
point of
that
this?
if it's a Tevinter
Yeah.
character.
Well, I'm
And
only
as you're doing
Tevinter
Dorian
characters.
and Krem,
Yeah.
then those boys like their buckles that go to nowhere.
Yeah. And when
Most
you're
of the
sitting there
Dragon
looking
Age
at Dorian's
characters
just
have, like,
one-armed thing and going, why? Why do you have this? What is the point of this?
fashion, darling. Fashion.
Yeah.
But on that happy note, we're going to take a quick 5 minutes break, and then we're going to come back for the fun question and answer bit. So if you have any questions for the lovely Ergo boys, please drop them into the chat, and we will get to them as soon as we get back. So we'll see you in 5, guys. Bye-bye. Hey guys, and welcome back. We're ready to get stuck into your questions now. So starting out with our lovely Seriously Mel, how did you both actually get started in cosplay?
Oh, let Scott answer first.
Okay. It's a good question. I think it was probably through like watching YouTube videos and stuff back when I was like 13. And that was when I started getting like interested in it, but I didn't really start like cosplaying until I was about 15, 16, and then even then it wasn't like properly. It was kind of, you know, it was only, you don't really know what you're doing. So I did like some Death Note stuff, which I feel like is a very common one. And I had like my first when I was 16, and I went to Alcon for the first time, and then I have been every year since, and now I'm old. But yeah, no, I think, yeah, probably like, I think that was probably my introduction to it, I think, was through sort of watching videos and stuff on YouTube and being interested in like anime and stuff. Yeah.
See, I was very...
That was your entry into...
Yeah. I was very sheltered from this kind of thing. Like, I knew nothing about anime, I knew nothing about cosplay, and then I met Kieran, and then I got an awkward crush on Kieran, and he was going to a convention, and we weren't even going. I wanted to go as well. I was like, he likes this thing, I should go and see what it is. We didn't even go on the same day. He went on the Saturday, I went on the Sunday. But I thought, you know, I seem to have developed an obsession with this person. I should see what they like. And I did this really awful, just effectively a corset and some makeup. And I dragged my best friend along with me. And we got to the end of the day and I went, I love it. I love it. I love it. I want to do it again. And that was it. I was hooked. And then Kieran did actually acknowledge my existence and we started doing it together.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, this cosplay group thing's got a bit weird all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It does help when you're all aware that you're involved in the cosplay group. That's why he's not here, guys. He doesn't know.
I've definitely not broken into his house and I'm not just sitting here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things just got quite uncomfortable.
Yeah. So my cosplay introduction
What was it that
stalking. That was my cosplay introduction.
Probably for the chat, not the best way to get involved, maybe. But,
No,
like,
I would not suggest
intentions were
it.
pure.
Don't condone it.
I don't condone it. I was just a very awkward human being.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
What would you say got you inspired to do cosplay in the way that you do it now? So what kind of got you involved with cosplaying like this more performance style?
I know personally I did a lot of acting stuff, been in a lot of plays, a lot of musicals, helped direct a couple. So it's just always something that I've done. And then Kieran introduced me to cosplay YouTubers, and seeing that they did, acting, but in cosplay, I thought, ooh, I could put these things together. So it's just...
Want me some of that?
Yeah.
I think, like, for me, because I haven't really been a very, like, acty person growing up necessarily. So, and I've always been really awkward in front of people. So I think I never really thought that it would be something that I could do. And I saw people, like, other people's cosplay videos and stuff, and thought it was really cool. But I was always a bit wary, and but like I don't think I could ever do that. So I reckon it was probably, apart from, I think I probably actually started getting involved with it literally because of these guys, but because I have to now.
Drag them by the arm.
But I do think part of it is probably actually like you guys, to be honest, because like it's like getting to know you and how you do it and everything's really cool. And like, yeah, I think that's probably.
You're too sweet. You make us all uncomfortable.
No, it's like, because like I think one of the times that we actually remember, we all remember meeting each other vaguely, of like meeting Tunichi and Kieran was at your Night Vale panel like a couple of years ago, and it was which
the first Night Vale panel. Dun dun dun.
That was,
and you'd come as a
first time I think we met properly.
Yeah.
And we'd had Dimitri and Kieran were a Cecil and a Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was a weird and wonderful experience for everyone involved.
We met you ahead of time on the steps, and that's how we got to know you as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then me and my friend were doing, my friend Rowan were doing like angels. I don't remember. And I couldn't see anything. So that was fun.
They're wearing like morph suits.
I remember those angel cosplays.
I'm not very good
that
at connecting people I meet.
Yeah.
The angels and Scott were separate people.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same
In
with
fairness, he was wearing an awful lot of bandages over his everything.
Yeah,
so...
Really fine. Yeah, we met like 5 times, and there's only like once that you actually remembered who I was, so it's all good.
Well, we just always used to reintroduce ourselves to Dimitri and Kieran each time we met them at con. So it could be worse. It could be worse.
That's been every time that I've seen Bathan. So now we've got to a point where it's so...
She never looks the same. She never looks the same.
No, yeah. It's the trouble of cosplaying.
Yeah.
You don't recognise your friends.
So, here's the question that we always like to ask. If you could have any cosplay, now you just went to sleep tonight and you woke up tomorrow and on your couch in your living room was just this fully made costume. It can be as simple or as complicated as you want, and it's all just ready to go, it's all perfect, and it can be literally anything. Literally anything. It can be as extravagant or as simple as you want. What would that costume be?
That's a really hard question.
I think at the moment, mine would have to be like a 100% perfect replica of Krem, or Link's Guardian armor from Breath of the Wild with lights. I think that would be my baby.
Those are 2 very good choices.
And effectively anything that I don't have to pay for the amount of Warbler it's going to take to make.
I'm just trying to think
That's
like,
always a good one.
what I'm actually planning on doing, because I think that's going to help me think about who.
Well, some people, it's not one that they actually plan on doing, but it's like a dream. It's almost like,
Yeah.
what's your dream cosplay that you don't have the skills or the whatever to do just now, but you know, if money was no option and skill was no option and like literally that costume would just be there and ready for you to put on, what would that costume be?
Oh, I've now forgotten anything that I ever want to do in my life.
He's not good under pressure.
I'm not good under pressure, you know this. I just blank. To be honest, I would quite like to. I know the one I'd quite like to do because it's in the future at some point, but we have decided that it's too hard for in such a short space of time. But I really want to do like full sort of flight suit Voltron ones.
Yeah.
Like Voltron one. But I wanted
That's
like
a
all of
good
the whole
shout.
thing, but that's going to be like annoying to make, and so we're not doing those ones. Like,
Yeah. And we've got a Hobbit group planned
Which is
for the
a
future.
very good one to choose
Yeah.
for this costume. So you could just have it all sitting there ready to put on. You just need
yeah,
to keep your body
I
in it.
definitely have that. I would actually, yeah, I'd love to do something like Lord of the Ringsy, because I never have, simply because I always look at them and I'm like, nah, that's going to take some work.
We have some planned, but you know, far distant in the future when we can afford that much fake fur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
a lot of fake
just
fur.
the effort that it's going to take as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are probably mine.
What would you say is your cosplay pet peeve?
Ooh. I think, just personally, and I mean it as no offense to anyone, but like, you know when people just put their hair in a ponytail and then stick the wig over the top?
Yeah.
And there's still like the ginormous ponytail sticking out the back? That's a personal one. And those very specific breed of people that find you at the moment you've taken off your shoes, taken off your wig, and started shoving chips in your face. And they go, "Can I have a photo?" And you go, "Nah."
Yeah.
No.
I've got to agree with both of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're two very, very good ones. People
Also-
that want photos. But
I think like it's more of a convention thing than a cosplay thing, but it does cross over. Is it's because it's something that people often do in cosplay, but they don't. They tend to just do it. It tends to happen only at conventions, which is that they don't show off the whole convention, and then they'll come up to you, and you're just like,
oh no,
please.
Or those people in the
you should
masquerade
never be able
queue.
to smell a
that-
person before you can see them.
Yeah. I think my
As a
last
rule
one
of
would
thumb.
be
Like
the people in the masquerade queue that are just silently bad-mouthing everyone else. And they're not doing it as quietly as they think they are, and I just want to turn around and slap them and go, "Don't be mean. Be mean. I'm not here to be mean." I think those are mine.
Yeah. It's probably about the same.
my pile of
one,
pet peeves. So we've almost been here with a full hour with you guys. So I think we're going to head to our final question. Where do you guys see Ergo Cosplay in 1 year's time? So if we were to bring you back in 1 year, what do you think you guys would be up to? That'll be the back of my thing for the TV just screaming at me for leaning on it.
I think a lot more videos, like a lot more regular content, like putting in a bit more time to do photo shoots, and maybe even look into, you know, doing some live streams ourselves maybe at some point. And I think Kieran mentioned he'd really like to have the opportunity to take part in judging a masquerade. I think that would make him really happy to be part of that. So I think that's where I'd like to be. What about you, Scott? when you finally escaped, or stuck with us forever?
Stuck forever. You can't get rid of it that easily. You're not having like second thoughts now. No, I think that probably doing more videos and stuff, and sort of organising times to get together more. I think.
Yeah.
Well, and to be able to do some content together, because it's been a bit sporadic this year.
Location photo shoots. I have so many locations lined
They're
up.
always good.
Yeah, we can get some
email people like, do you mind me showing up and in a weird costume? Let me in.
Yeah, I think summer's going to be a good
Please,
start
thank
for that day, so hopefully it'll kick it off.
Hopefully. Yeah. It's where we'd like to be. Just still here.
Still here doing stuff.
Still here is a good place to be.
Like, just still in this
I would
little
like
cosplay
to
sphere.
Thank you, guys. Still in the cosplay sphere. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully we will be able to get you back in a year's time and see where Ergo Cosplay have ended up. See if all of their kind of prophecies for the next year have come true. And they might even have all three of them by that point. It could be quite exciting.
Probably.
But I would like to thank you both for coming along today and for having a little chit chat on CosChat with me and with all of the lovely people in the chat who asked their questions. And thank you for coming. And I would also like to see who we've got coming up next week. And we've got, as some of you guys will know, an amazing new show starting on Monday, Cosplay Craft Attack, with the lovely Adam hosting, and he's going to have Ryan Stark on, and they're going to be making some really, really cool little bits and pieces. Basically, the premise of the show is Adam is going to be making an entire costume from scratch, piece by piece each week, while also having a cosplay guest on who specializes in that particular and specific at the same time, guys. This particular sort of style of crafting that is going to entail. So I'm not quite sure what the piece is that he's starting on. I believe it might be gauntlets for something. But yeah, you should totally check that out. That is going to be on this wonderful Twitch stream channel at 8 p.m. on Monday. And this time on next Friday, we are going to be having a lovely guest, Amin the Outcast cosplay, who is going to be visiting us from the States to talk about what cosplay is like on the other side of the pond, in comparison to our lovely little adventures that we have over here. So you guys better be already coming up with your questions and stuff, and we'll be getting that going this time next week, Friday, 8 p.m. So, once again, thank you to Ergo Cosplay and my mic, which has mostly managed to keep up this week. Thank you, both of you, for coming, Dimitri and Scott. And thank you, Snow, once again, for running our lovely tech and making sure that everything stayed in one piece. Until next week, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.